Wow, that right there is just some of the 87,000 new IRS agents that the U.S. government is going to be deploying all throughout the United States. I'm kidding. That, of course, is from China of jackboot police officers protecting and serving. Welcome back, beautiful and amazing human beings. My name is Luke Radowski here of WeAreChange.org. And man, oh man, do we have some absolutely crazy news to get into today. Not only in China with a new form of Orwellian censorship that we don't even believe just allegedly happened, but also in this video I specifically want to talk about things happening domestically inside of the United States that signal a lot of problems coming our way socially, especially after the major bombshell by Elon Musk, the CEO of Twitter, that should have some very large and major repercussions because of. We're going to be talking about that plus a lot more. If you like the shirt that I'm wearing right now, you could get it on thebestpoliticalshirts.com, and the video that we played in the beginning of this broadcast was originally shared from YU Tao's Healy on Twitter with the specific message in Cantonese that has been translated detailing some of the crazy things that are happening all throughout the country, as of course the people there are no longer buying that all of this is being done in the name of health and security. Another thing that people also aren't buying is that genetically modified, highly inflammatory, artificially created fake meat is somehow good for you, as of course Beyond Burger, a Frankenstein made-up invention by Bill Gates, is complaining about the slowing sales that they're having, allegedly because of inflation. Another thing that people aren't buying is that censorship is somehow for people's safety, as today we have some major bombshell news coming out of Twitter, first beginning from the former safety chief Yoel Roth that just quit Twitter a few days ago in protest against Elon Musk and I guess his ideas of free speech, as he just officially came out in a sit-down interview and admitted that censoring the Hunter Biden laptop story in 2020 right before the national elections was, quote, a mistake. Yeah, you don't say so, as of course CBS News just a couple days ago did a report on it 2+ years late. As of course the FBI, many people within the government, many whistleblowers, many official sources knew the story was correct. The New York Post launched the story, and then big tech social media went on a major campaign censoring that story from the American public, which according to some polls has had a major effect on the 2020 elections and swung it in favor of course, Joe Biden. Now, why is Yoel coming out and talking about this right now? Well, Twitter, as we told you a couple days ago, was going to release a report about all the wrong things that Twitter did previously beforehand. That report has not officially come out yet, but Elon Musk went on his own platform and declared that Twitter did in fact interfere with elections. Yes, you heard that correctly. Elon Musk has confirmed from what he has learned that Twitter, quote, failed in trust and safety for a very long time and has interfered in elections. Elon Musk also publicly declared that Twitter 2.0 under him will be, quote, far more effective, transparent, and even-handed, as I think it's fair to say that the party that won from the election won, most likely from what Elon Musk is alluding here, some foul play. Now, of course, we knew that a lot of big companies, whether it was Facebook, whether it was Twitter, had a horse in this race. We knew that there was a bias that was clearly there. Now, with Elon Musk talking about this, as he's still planning to release the receipts, the evidence, and a full report of all the wrongdoing that happened under Twitter, this right here could potentially lead to some major significant changes in our society, and especially the way that elections are being held. Again, this is a very stunning admission, specifically responding to this Yoel Roth and his, quote, mistake statement, which also was a part of other statements with him specifically saying that somehow Twitter is not safer under Elon Musk. Many people responded, well, Twitter wasn't safe for the past 10 years since they lost the users' trust, censored individuals because they expressed a political belief or satire that someone didn't like at the company, and of course, were working on the behests of a lot of very powerful people abusing the platform for their own personal benefit while screwing everyone else over and providing disinformation and propaganda in the contrary of absence of dialogue that they provided. And specifically, Elon Musk responded to this. Juanita Broaddrick responded to this, saying that, quote, now would be a perfect time for President Trump to start tweeting, as of course the former president of the United States still has not used the platform that Elon Musk has put him back on. Now, this former scorned employee, the former head of trust and safety at Twitter, clearly played a role in a lot of this. This is why I think he's trying to blame it all on a mistake, as we knew that it wasn't a mistake. This was a deliberate effort to try to misinform the American public right before the election for a particular outcome that would greatly benefit them and their friends. This is absolute abuse of power, absolute corruption, and seeing Elon Musk finally call this out and be brave enough to stand up against it absolutely highlights a very important case that is unfolding right now and could be the reason why Elon Musk is under such massive attack right now as we speak. Not only from, of course, very powerful corporations, powerful institutions, but also the European Union that is now threatening that they will ban Elon Musk unless he sticks to, of course, their strict rules and policing of content. Specifically, the European Union complaining that banned accounts that were banned for satire and political speech before are going to be, quote, reinstated, and that Elon Musk is not pursuing disinformation aggressively, as, of course, the platform previously before was disinformation and was upholding disinformation for their own political purposes. Now, this tool of the establishment that they used against the people is being taken away, and now they're attacking Elon Musk because of it, and it's clear as day what the European Union is really threatening, as of course they want a society where people literally have their homes raided over, of course, posting opinions that they didn't like. In Germany, 91 raids were just conducted on homes that were allegedly tied to posting something that was filled with alleged hate. Germany is the same place where you get arrested for homeschooling your children, and recently you were forced to take a medical procedure there while the government abused its powers and arrested and prosecuted people for daring to trying to live their lives normally. And it's not just the European Union, the US government going after Elon Musk, it's also Apple that's threatening to pull Twitter from its app store. The same Apple that, by the way, just got rid of a major function on their phone that the Chinese protesters were using as a form of communication. As of course, Wi-Fi and cell phone signals are tightly controlled and watched over by the government there, but Bluetooth and AirDrop wasn't, and now Apple has removed that feature and has stifled protests in that country. This is the same company that issued a very lengthy statement on George Floyd, but when several of their workers at their Chinese factory have been beaten and abused, with the government there violating clear human rights, the Chinese government is standing behind the authoritarians that clearly want to crush the human spirit. Now, with so much censorship already in our discourse, with social media going as far as to warn people not to follow particular accounts, I think it's fair to say that Elon Musk is involved in a big battle here. Will Twitter survive all of this? Well, I hope it does, and I'm willing to stand up behind Elon Musk as he's involved in this larger fight for transparency, accountability, and truth for the general public. And hey, if he loses, I still have LukeUncensored.com, my own platform where I get to say and do whatever I want. You get 3 masterclasses, exclusive merchandise, a forum where we all get to talk to each other. Lots of amazing, incredible things happening on LukeUncensored.com. I'm going to be releasing another video later on today about some absolute absurd, crazy nonsense coming our way. And those conversations are only going to be taking place, especially the spicy conversations with the big troubles ahead of our society, on LukeUncensored.com, and of course how to navigate them successfully so you will not be affected by the larger psyops and 4th generational warfare that of course is almost everywhere you look all around us. So yeah, stay tuned, LukeUncensored.com. That video should be available for you right now. But of course, we are still not done here, as there are some major developments coming from China. A very important story that a lot of major corporations, a lot of big politicians want you to forget about, since, of course, a lot of those same Western powerful people wanted those same policies here in the United States. Now, luckily, they didn't get it, mainly because of the rights that we still have here that they are desperately trying to take away from us. But there has been a very important development in China, as the former Chinese leader Xi Jinping has just passed away at the age of 96 after allegedly having multiple organ failures. This is according, again, to the Chinese state media. And this former Chinese leader is being accused of being a brutal leader that prosecuted people because of their faith and belief systems. Some people have called him a monster of the highest order, guilty of crimes against humanity. And of course, he was also the main figure behind entering China into the World Trade Organization, which of course was disastrous for the entire world. Now, with his death, with his passing, this provides a very interesting opportunity, as told to us by Jack Posobiec, who described how previously before public memorials have led to major demonstrations in China. Specifically, the Tiananmen Square protest began as a memorial for a former Chinese leader, where people were able to meet and congregate legally with the state authority, and they did so with millions of people for 7 weeks as a form of protesting that, of course, ended with the Tiananmen Square massacre that, of course, big tech social media sometimes, in many instances, tries to deny the existence of, depending on what country you're in. Now, will there be a public memorial for this upcoming previous leader that just passed away? Will this lead to another protest? Will this lead to a Tiananmen Square situation? Well, only time will tell, as today we're also learning about more draconian efforts by the Chinese state working with big tech social media in their country that allegedly is going into people's Huawei phones and deleting photos and videos from protests without even notifying the owners that this happened. Yes, this is the reports that we're getting in there, and it wouldn't surprise me if we have reached this type of dystopian thought control, where now the government could go in through your device, whether through cloud service, whether through a backdoor, whether through some kind of other way that we still don't even know about, and to delete your own personal records, videos, and photos of protests that they don't want people knowing about. This could be one reason why we have seen less photos and videos within the last few days. And is the government there going into your phones and doing this? Well, that's the allegation, and it wouldn't surprise me if it was true. This, as there's just more and more shocking video footage coming of Communist Party members going to people's homes, torturing them in front of their children because they dared to complain about lockdown policies in their country. Lockdown policies that individuals like Klaus Schwab, pictured here on my shirt, as well as individuals like Bill Gates, literally cheer on and applaud and say that we need to implement here in the United States. Dr. Fauci, when learning about the atrocious, horrible behavior that violated many people's human rights in China when it came to these lockdown policies, also applauded them and wanted to implement them domestically here inside of the United States. And thankfully, that didn't happen here in this country, but those rights that allowed people to, of course, not be under the full subjugation and control of the state are rights that many people here in the United States want to take away from you. Now, the video that we played in the beginning of this broadcast is from Guangzhou, where allegedly protesters were throwing bottles at the local health officials there that, of course, are stomping out the sickness, literally and figuratively, by stomping out people in the streets. Never forget, a lot of these same policies were implemented in the West, and they only stopped because people were allowed to speak out against them. And for a time, they weren't. We have to understand that a lot of this nonsense that the Western world saw, that allowed their societies to turn into Chinese-style totalitarian bootlicking states, happened because of big tech censorship. Big tech censorship that Apple and the European Union, along with the U.S. government, are trying to keep onto, that Elon Musk looks like he is fighting. As of right now, I think more than ever, we need to support and use Twitter in my own personal perspective. I might be wrong. I might be seeing this wrong. If I am, let me know why in the comment section below. But right now, this is one of the biggest, most important fights of our century, and I think we need to use free speech more than ever, more responsibly as a right, because if you do not use a right, it's just like a muscle. It keeps getting weak, it keeps going away, and we have to use it to its fullest extent. That's my perspective, and if you agree, share this video with your friends and family members before it's too late. They're already putting up warning labels. Hey, don't follow this guy, don't follow us here. Again, we're encroaching into a major disaster unless we all stand up and speak out. We have the opportunity still. Do it. I love you guys. Stay tuned for more here on wearechange.org. One more video coming your way right now on lukeuncensored.com. See you there.